Hello everyone, welcome into the Let's Look Brad channel. So I was going to jump on here to do a video for you guys about varieties and errors. This is pretty wild because this is actually looking to be a pretty nice collection that I've got going so far. Everything that I've got right here is going to be graded. I've got them in slabs. I got multiple stacks right here going on. Now, like I said, I'm going to show you the difference in what it is between varieties and errors. So make sure whenever you get a coin or whenever you get an error or a variety, make sure to have it double check, triple check before you send it off to get them slabbed. It does, depending on the place you go to, if you're going to go to Annex, NGC or PCGS or whatnot, they do charge per slab, they do charge per variety, per mint error, so forth, so on. And also if you're going to get a different slab with it or a different header. So make sure you're checking that before you submit them off. Make sure it is a coin that you definitely want to get graded also. But just going to show you a few things. Trying to jump on here for the 30 minutes that it needs me to do on TikTok and see if that still stands or whatnot. So we're going to start from the left over here. There's a stack right off the screen here. The second stack, third stack, fourth stack. So this ought to help you guys out a little bit. And like I said, it's pretty nice on the collection that's going on. So this right here, as you see, it's got a 1964 D over D 50-cent piece. It's got the variety for the FS 501, and they graded it at a 63 on there. So it is a beautiful coin. This one I actually had bought because usually I pull everything that I've got right here. I pretty much have pulled out of a penny box or out of a nickel box, dime box. So I do a lot of coin roll hunting, but as mentioned, just wanted to bring you guys in and show you the difference between the varieties and the errors. Varieties get a lot more money. Error coins are pretty tough. You can post them online and try to sell them. But like I said, a little tough though. So anyhow, so we got a 1964 Kennedy there, 501. Now if you flip it over, and if I had the scope going on, this is the 503 due to a D over D. So the mint mark itself is going to be double. It's going to be stamped on top of each other. So you want to make sure you're looking. You want to make sure you either have a scope or you have a nice lighted loop or something like that to make sure it's more magnified so you can see that D over D. I do have a 10-inch Elic Live scope that I use. You can also buy a $30 scope from Walmart to put it up under to check to see if you have any extra varieties. So make sure you have something you can eyeball with and to help you out. So this is a beautiful coin. This is a variety. So the D over D, that FS 501, this is going to be a variety. And I'll show you an error coin here in a sec. So this one right here, let me see, which one's this? So this one right here, and an error coin is going to be something like this. Don't worry about the cracked case. That's the way PCGS sent it back to me. So this is an error coin. As you see, it's 25% off struck. They did give it a nice grade. It is off struck, and you can see at the bottom of the penny there, half of it, almost half, 25% of it is pretty close to half of the way it looks, but is off of the planchet. So that's a pretty good percentage off. This is a mint error for sure. So make sure you're checking for this. These do run, I mean, depending on a 63 grade, that's probably sell flea market somewhere $25, $30 probably. I do have a couple of them that I bought from a local shop. Well, actually, it was in Sheridan. So you can get them for $10, as you see there. So D&J Coins, if you check out in the Sheridan area. That's a pretty good off-center strike, so you can see the big difference between them both, how far it's off. So if this one's 25% at the bottom, this one up here is probably definitely going to be 45 to 50% off. So that's pretty interesting. But these two right here are going to be mint errors. They're not a variety, so they're mint errors. Just give you heads up on that. Let's go ahead and move these out the way, move the 50-cent piece out the way. We'll jump on over here to another variety, which is a Cheerios promotion. Now, give me 1 second, and I'll get you something to look at for the Cheerios promotion. Now, these are going to be what they come in. And this is a Cheerios penny. You see, 1 of 10 million, first minted in 2000. Now, the thing is, about 10 million of them in 2000 I guarantee you that there is way less than 10 million of them still in these packages still. So when you check online, make sure you can see the certificate of authenticity. Make sure there's no damage on it. It's got a little bit of staining on here, which is perfectly fine. But make sure you're checking it's got the COA. It's not completely cut open, because these things are worth quite a bit of money. I think online I paid $9 for this coin. It came out as the Cheerios promotion, the 66 red. This is about a $150 penny. 2000. So that's pretty awesome. This is going to be a variety. So make sure you're checking for that Cheerios promotion on there. And I also have, which if this is $150, I got an MS67 red, which is way more. It's over a couple $100 for these pennies here. So make sure you're looking for that Cheerios. Hi, Barbara. Make sure you're looking for that Cheerios penny. Make sure you're looking for the COA as mentioned. Make sure you're checking these COAs. Make sure they're in there, because I go online and I buy a bunch of them. I got a stack of them. So for $8 to $10 a piece usually, you can go to Mercari, you can go to OfferUp. These are going to be a variety. So these are nice to have. These are varieties, just to give you guys a heads up. Let's move on over to another mint era. There's a 1996, as you see, obverse struck through capped die. And it looks like the penny is melted almost. Like the obverse of that penny is kind of squished in. Something's going on with it. This is whenever they have the die. They have two dies. You got the planchet in the middle, so you got the two dies, and they smush the planchet, and it puts an obverse and a reverse on it. Well, whenever, let's just say the reverse, the penny is actually stuck to the die, and another penny planchet comes in and it smushes it, that penny is still stuck on that reverse die, and it does that. So this is a mint error. This is not a variety, but this is a mint error. But these are really tough to find. So struck through capped die. Like I said, that's a gorgeous penny. It's really nice on the reverse there. Very little spotting on it. But this was found in a penny roll. And I'd had to send it off actually to get talked through for Variety Vista. Also through a couple of guys that I do coin talks with and Q&A and stuff like that. So this is going to be a mint error. This is not a variety. So make sure that it's still worth quite a bit of money. I mean, they're rare, they're tough to find, but still worth quite a bit of money. So just give you guys up, this is a mint error. So let's go ahead and jump on over to another variety that we've got on top here. This is a really rare coin as well. As you see, it's an 1853. We got a 10 cent, so it's a dime. We got an XF40 on it, which is pretty fair for being an 1853. And you see it's got arrows by the date there. Now, this has a variety as F105 unhubbed. And the reason why I said this is pretty rare, this coin was actually hand carved. This is a population 1 of 1. So this coin was I was mind blown when I got this in. But this coin was crazy because it was only $16 online. And I'd bought it from a woman who was selling like ceramics and clothes and stuff like that, and I paid $16 for it. She sent it over. It was beautiful condition, and I sent it off. Well, they sent me an information back on what the F105 unhub was. So they were trying to carve new dies, a new obverse or reverse die for this, but they didn't get it in time, and the engraver wound up actually carving in on the coin, carving and cutting the arrows, cutting the date, reason why it's touching the blouse there, reason why it's touching the rim. So this right here is a variety. So this is a really tough, like I said, a really tough coin to find. So if you have an unhubbed, make sure you check it on the population. You can actually send these off to CAC to get them graded. Very rare coins usually that you can send off to CAC, like high dollar coins. Let's just say like this MS67 red. There's not a whole lot of 67 red promotions on here, so this would be something that you could send off to CAC. That just gains extra value for these coins, but this is a variety. Just wanted to show you guys that. So 1853 Liberty Seated Dime XF40 F105 unhubbed. So that's a pretty awesome find. So let's set that one down here. Now, another thing between the varieties and errors, if you guys jump over to my channel, I have a channel here on TikTok, and I have my channel that's on YouTube, and I have over 500 and some odd videos on YouTube. Plenty of information, a lot of stuff on there, so make sure you go check me out on YouTube. But on top of that, I do grade toners. I do like the tone coins, the deep oranges, the purples, the yellows. So this one graded, they have it as environmental damage, but this one graded, and I call this a zombie quarter because you see it's like Washington's got purple eyes, purple mouth, like the reddish coloration, the yellows that are in there, the deep orange. So pretty wild, but yeah, like I said, these right here are another thing that I keep up with. This one has details, but this other one that I just got back in from NGC submission, it's got a 64 on there. And this is another deep toner. People buy these. People love these. I love just to collect them. It's not even the fact that I'm trying to get rid of them, but just the collecting portion of it. This is a beautiful quarter. Like I said, 64 grade, out of a coin roll. This one was out of a coin roll. So that's awesome. That's pretty wild. So that's cool. Just wanted to show you guys something offhand real quick. Now, another mint error. This right here, yet again, another mint error. Graded as a 63. This is from Annex here. And I've showed you a couple of cases. This one's going to be from PCGS. And then you got these that are actually from NGC. So, yeah, like I say, Annex is going to be cheaper. NGC is going to be the next. And PCGS is going to be your highest. They're quite a bit of money, you know, to get into them. I think Annex is almost like free to get in. It's $25 or so to get in for NGC and like $60 for membership to get in for PCGS. But anyhow, so you guys make sure y'all getting y'all's coins slabbed up. These, you don't want these to go to waste sitting in a plastic sleeve like some of these plastic sleeves back here, 2x2 flips. Definitely get them in a flip or a slab. This is a 1970S 1 cent. So it's a large date. So the date on it itself is at 1970, large. And it's got a double curved clip. So there's a clipping at the top here, and there's a clipping at the bottom there. This penny's been cut. So that's pretty interesting. You can see the 1 cent at the bottom there is pretty cut, and the very top up here by the States is cut also. So really cool penny. Now this one has a lot of sentimental value because father-in-law, his mom on it passing away, they had a big green jug of coins, and they gave them to me to look through. You know, since I'm the coin guy in the family, they gave me to look through. This was in it. I got this graded, and I showed him, and he was pretty over the moon about it. So this is pretty awesome. Just wanted to show you guys. This is another error coin, not a variety, so an error coin. And it even shows you 2.92 grams on top of that. So, yeah, really cool coin. Definitely going to hold on to that. That's going to go down to the My Babies and so forth, so on. Let's move the Cheerios pennies out the way. Let's get on over here to another variety. As you see, this is 1974D DDO FS 101. And what it means by that is whenever you put it up under the scope or a loop or whatnot, we trust and the liberty all the way around this is going to be doubled. You can definitely see it. It stands out. It's not machine doubling as per par because the professionals have graded it, but gave it AU 55 out of 70, which isn't too bad. This was found in a coin roll hunt in Nebraska, and I was pretty blown away because I found this one, and this would be my first one. So I found this one, and then right about 2 days later, I pulled this one, which as you see, it's both the 74D DDO FS 101. So both of these obverses on here are doubled. And each of these, I mean, this one's probably worth about $45 maybe. This one's probably about $80, $85 maybe. But it came out of a coin roll, and I got them slabbed for $18. So definitely making profit off there. But this is going to be varieties. As you see, it's got the variety attribution for the FS 101 on there. So make sure you check it around. Like I say, make sure to get a hold of somebody. If you guys need any comments or questions or something like that, you want to pop and tell me about, you know, mail me separately. Or like I mentioned, if you jump onto the Let's Look Brad channel, on YouTube. I do have my email in my description of the videos down below. So make sure if you got pictures, anything you want to help out with. Trying to talk to a lot of folks right now about not selling collection dumps because their collection dumps are worth a ton of money. I actually stopped 2 or 3 people from going into a pawn shop the other day. Not trying to be, snooty or jump into people's business, but your coins are worth a lot of money, especially if you don't know about it and you take it to somebody that are only going to give you a third of the price. So just to give you a heads up. But anyhow, so 1945S with the micro S. This is a crazy coin to find, really tough. Yeah, and I had pulled this one. Did I pull this one? How long ago was it? Like 3 years ago, I think it was, or something like that. Maybe not. I don't know about this one. This is a head scratcher. But anyhow, so this is a variety. So the micro S on top of there, definitely going to be a variety. This, as you see, is a 1945S. Beautiful mercury dime. Try not to get that sheen on there for you guys, but beautiful mercury dime. Gorgeous condition. It's got all the hairline, all the feathering in the top side of the head there. And if you flip it over, it's a little tough to see, but there's going to be an S right at the bottom of the torch here. So right at the bottom of the torch can be a micro S. So it's going to be itty bitty S on there. That's what gives it the variety. Now the pricing in this one is actually skyjacked quite a bit. These are a little tougher to find. Auction prices are all over the place. eBay has them all over the place. So tough coin to find, especially in a higher grade. The 65 there, that's a pretty sweet grade on it. Honestly, I totally forgot about this. I have a big box case right beside me here, and I've been on the road for the past, 7-8 months and working out of state, so I haven't been back home. But anyhow, just wanted to show you, this is another variety for you guys to check out. Make sure if you have a mercury that there is a lot of varieties for mercury dimes. And I love mercury dimes. I'm actually putting a mercury book together right now. So like I said, make sure you check in, make sure you get a loop, or if you can get a cheap scope. If you need help finding a scope, like I said, you can go on Amazon, you can go on Mercari, you can go on OfferUp. They got Pinterest and I guess Temu and stuff like that. And you may be able to go and find one. Walmart has them for $30. A little 4-inch scope, 7-inch scope. So make sure you check it around to get something to help you guys out. This one was a massive one too. This is a $2,001 Spirit Eagle. So this is a 2000 Philadelphia. And I searched, actually I've got 4 boxes coming up. I've got 2 boxes of half dollars and I got 2 boxes of dollar coins that I'm going to be searching here in tomorrow actually, because I get all 4 boxes tomorrow. But 2000 Philadelphia, I searched the dollar box, I pulled this out and I was completely blown away. I'd sent it in to Annex, I think it was, and Annex sent it back to me with details in the 62 grade. Well, I was thinking that it wasn't really detailed. It looks like it's been a little bit scratched due to probably in a car wash or something like that. They use them in car wash, but I was for sure I wasn't going to get a scratch on there. Like it was like an abrasion or a brush mark on there. So I popped it out the slab. I sent the number back in Annex and I sent it to NGC. They gave me a straight grade on this. So a Spirit Eagle, pretty crazy. And if a little tough to see it, I wish I'd had a little more zoomed in or whatnot, but a little tough to see. But on the abdomen, literally on the abdomen of the bird is going to be a die gouge right there. You can see it a little bit right up between my fingers there. Going to be a die gouge on the bird. This is going to be what they call a wounded or Spirit Eagle. Like I said, a tough coin to find. Definitely check your coins if you've got them. Especially if you've got a 2000 Philadelphia Sacagawea. These rolls have been going out the roof here lately. Like I think I bought 5 rolls of 2000 Philadelphia Sacagaweas, and they went from like $37 to $38 a roll to like $70 a roll. And reason being, because if you pull this, these are really tough to find. These are really tough to find now. They're selling like hotcakes, or they were there for a while. But 62 grade, I was pretty excited to get this one in. This was a really cool one. But yet again, this is a variety. Reason why, because you got that Spirit Eagle attribution on there instead of like a cut or loss of grams or something like that. So this is a variety. Yet again, 2000 Philadelphia Spirit Eagle. So that's a really cool find. Like I said, it had me pretty giddy whenever I pulled it up out of the box. I had to jump up and run circles real quick. And then on top of the story from earlier, from the 1974 DDOs, there's a 73 DDO. This one is also found whenever I found those 274s in Nebraska. I think I was like in Brady or Gothenburg area. And I'd stopped and actually talked with a couple of bankers. They gave me a few rolls to search, and this was one of them that was in it. So we got a 73D DDO. FS101, we got the AU55 out of 70 in it. I mean, it's been worked. It's been played with and used, but yet again, it's got that variety attribution on there. Like I said, this is probably another $55 half dollar here. And I thought it was a pretty good condition. It'd be nice if it hit a little higher, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. It's still a really nice coin. So still trying to find another 72D, no FG. I've only got 2 of them, but thousands and thousands of half dollars searched just to find quite a few errors. I mean, it's worth my time. I found out a bunch of silver and everything else, but like I said, it's just crazy that these errors are in these boxes and that you can pull them out. And it's kind of like TCG cards, basketball cards, baseball cards. You're always on the hunt to get the best thing, the best one. Coin roll hunting, coin collecting, everything else is another hobby added onto it. So, yeah. But, all right, there's another. This is actually another variety. But as you see, we got uncirculated details, environmental damage. Now, it's crazy because I was hoping this wouldn't get that because it's got a little blackened portion right there, right in front of the vest and that 1997 there. But this, as you see, is a FS101. This is a 1997 doubled ear. So this has the doubled ear. Yet again, pretty tough. I wish that I had some kind of picture or whatnot before I jumped on here. But it's going to be the doubled ear variety. The earlobe is going to be doubled. It's also going to be set off to the southwest of where his original ear is at. But FS101, this is a nice variety. Really tough to find. This is actually my only doubled ear. Doubled ear varieties can come in 1984 Philadelphia with the doubled ear. You can have the 1997, as you see here. This is the doubled ear. 1988 can have a doubled ear. You can have a 2004 dime. 2004 dimes have a doubled ear. And the new 2024 Denver, I think is the Denver, 2024 Denver has a doubled ear also in their new pennies. So that's something for you guys out there. Us new guys are out in the more modern coins that we're searching and stuff. You know, it'd be nice if we were searching 25, 30 years ago, pulling all the silver and pulling all this stuff out of there. But better late than never. So, like I say, 1997 DDO FS101 doubled ear variety. So this is a really cool coin too. Let's move on over to which we got. Nice, a Buffalo. So we've got the 38 D over D, and the D over D, the variety number is going to be that FS504. So this is a variety, and they have it as clean. And I only sent this off one time. They have it as clean. Pretty tough to call that to my recollection that it was cleaned or whatnot, but it is what it is. It looks a little off gloss. The shimmer is kind of off of it for that. So it's a possibility that it could have been clean, but we definitely got a D over D. Your mint marker is going to sit right below the 5 cents here. And like I said, up under the scope, up under the loop, you can easily see it. So this is only about, honestly, I think $25 to $30 usually what this runs. But I wanted to have that attribution. I wanted to have this in my collection, definitely to hold on to. Like I said, this is another cool find. So this is another variety to give you guys a heads up. So make sure you're checking around for these. So that's pretty nice anyhow. So definitely got the details. I don't want to submit this one back off because I got a bunch more Buffalo nickels that I've sent off and I've got straight grades for. But they're not variety attributed, but it's perfectly fine. Like I say, I just wanted this in the collection wanted to have it. So definitely a nice find. And then another one, honestly, I think this is, as you see, it's an 1844 1 cent. So this is going to be a large cent. So compared to the size of a penny, the size of a penny, that's a pretty good sized penny. From back in the day to new age from now, So 1844, they've got it as the variety, which would be the N1. I think there's N through 7 on here, but they gave it a VF details. It's a pretty nice large cent, though. I think I picked this up at a pawn shop, actually, up in the Fort Collins area. So this is a beautiful 1 cent, though. I mean, it is beautiful. So to get a VF on there is pretty wild. I guess the coloration, like if it had this glossy, more light tinted copper coloration all around it, it would probably have stayed at a nice, not as a VF details. I'm pretty sure this right here is what was clean more or less on it, that darker, deeper. It took off the glossing that's on there. So to tell you guys, do not clean your coins. Okay, don't try to clean them. Don't try to do anything. Don't put them in vinegar and baking soda and hot water and scrub them. Or, I mean, honestly, you can't even take like a toothpick or a Q-tip or whatnot and even sit there and try to scrub it off just a little bit, get some of the gunk off, because they will call it as clean. So try to make sure you do not clean your coins. Like I mentioned before, earlier on, make sure you get a hold of somebody if you've got coins like this. These are really, I like them. I'm getting into the groove of actually picking some up and looking around to try to find some of these. But yet again, like I say, just make sure you're not trying to clean them. But this is going to be that N1 variety. Like I said, there's N through 7, I think, on there also. This is pretty wild. But yeah, so this is another variety to give you guys a heads up. So let's move on over. Actually, I've got it sitting up in this little bin right here in front of me. I sent it off. They sent it back. They couldn't read it, and I was pretty blown away. And as you see, this is a Fujio cent. This is a really crazy coin. This is a 1787. It's got 4, I think, sequential. So 4 sequential PR Fujio. Not encapsulated, not suitable for certification. This thing is crazy. As you see, it's got the 13 chains on there. It's actually just a plastic that's that gunky on there. But it's got the 13 chains around here, giving it the 13 original colonies. And it says, "We are one," in the inside of it. And then on the obverse, on this side over here, it's got a sundial. It says, "We stand on business," and it's got the sun on it and stuff like. This is a crazy coin. Actually, let me see. I wasn't trying to touch it with my hand. I don't have my gloves. I think they're put up, but I just got this back on the NGC submission. See if I can just grab it by the side. But NGC submission just came back in, and they had this in there, which is fine. So you can see the 1787 on this side of my finger. Let me get you zoomed in. Where are we at? There it is. Stop the light. So mind your business is on the bottom. You got Fujio over here to the left. You got the sun on the top here, and the sundial's in the middle. 1787. It's a Fujio cent. One of the very first coins actually minted after the colony coins, because each of the colony coins, you had Delaware, Massachusetts, Connecticut, all that. They had their own copper coin, so they minted their own coin. And actually, we had our first president. It was the president of a state, but it wasn't president of the United States. I think it was up there in like the Massachusetts or somewhere area. But yeah, we are one in the middle of it with the 13 colonies. This is another variety. This is as it showed you on here. This has the 1787 4 sequential. So this would have another variety. I guess is that 4 sequential PR on there. That might be the variety. They called me and talked to me on the phone about it. NGC did. I actually wanted them to call me back on it, because I was kind of mind blown when a buddy of mine sent this and said, "Hey, some guy sent this over to me in a big bag of coins. I don't know what to do with it. pretty floored because I thought never, ever, ever would I ever be holding one of these, as these are really rare. Some of these Fujios only have like 11 known. So anyhow, Annex is coming to a coin show here in the Minneapolis area in about 2 weeks. So I'm going to try to jump into that coin show over there and see if Annex can send this off. Get me a grade on this. It'd be nice if they could just get me the variety that it is, because I know the sequential portion of it, there's actually like 8 or 10 varieties for these. But crazy coin, another variety coin. So just make sure if you have one of these, you want to get checked out, you want to get it looked at. Another one that I'm going to be submitting off to Annex whenever I get up there here in a couple of weeks, is you see a repunch date 1865. So the 1/8 is going to be repunched, and it's going to be a plain 5 instead of a fancy 5. So let's see, 1865. Yep, beautiful shield on it, and God we trust on top there. Pretty crazy. MS62 is actually what the guy was proposing it was. Pretty tough to say. It's got some nice gloss on there. I don't think it's clean. It's got enough gloss, enough shimmer on there. It's not like a pulled back tone to it. So I think this is going to be pretty much a straight grade on there. And I'm going to ask for the variety on there also so they can give this to me. This would be sweet. I'm probably going to send off, I'm pretty sure I'm going to send off this one. I'm going to send off this Fujio here. And I've got a couple more here. This was another one I just picked up for a buddy of mine. This is a 1950D. It's a key date, 1950D nickel there. So, yeah. So this one was a pretty cool one. I don't think I'm going to grade it. I think I'm going to hold off on that one. I've got a slew of coins that I'm looking at sitting in. So, like the 1913 type 1. I need to get another one of these graded actually, because I don't have the type 1. I have a type 2. Type 1, if you see the 5 cents at the bottom, looks like the ground is all completely there. Now if you had a type 2, you can tell because it's just a straight line on there. It's a straight line of where the buffalo is sitting at, and 5 cents is below it. So this one actually has all the ground that's inside of the 5 cents there to show you. This is actually the first buffalo nickel, being the type 1 for 1913. So this will be the first year. But this is another one that's kind of mind-blowing to me. This is a 401, FS 401 2 feathers. This one I may send this out. I'm not for sure. This won't be a very high grade, probably that F15. Probably a fine, maybe. I don't think it would be a G. It'd probably be a little higher, but got 2 feathers on there. It's the reason why it's the FS401. This is another variety, a really hard variety, plus this is a 1927S. These things bring a little bit of money, but yet again, I just want it in the collection just to have it as the variety that I found to knock it off the list. But the mint mark, as mentioned again, is going to be right below the E and the C there, so that's where your S would be at on there. So, yet again, I'm not really out for money on there. I'm just out to try to collect as many of these varieties as possible. So that's pretty nice. This one might go as mentioned, and I'll probably set this one off to the side just to take a gander at. I've got pulled another FS 101 DDO. So that was a crazy find. Another 74D. So this is going to be just like the first 2 that I showed you. Obverse on it, plus the We Trust is all going to be doubled. The 4 is going to be doubled as well. So pretty crazy find there. That's another box find that I found in. So yeah, well, as mentioned, I just want to bring you guys in, like I say, show you the difference between varieties and errors. So you make sure you check in. As mentioned, if you got any questions or whatnot, make sure you hit me up. Let's Look Brad, you can do it here on TikTok, or if you go to my YouTube channel, make sure you tap the subscribe button. I had to get on here to do a 30-minute video clip to kind of get into the groove of the TikTok situation again, because I haven't even started doing the TikTok since until now. But I hope you guys like this video. Y'all make sure y'all hit that heart there above, like the video, like the live stream here. I'll probably jump back on probably tomorrow after I do my $50 hunt. I got some $50 here that I was going to pull out and put into my Dansko album just to check, make sure if I've got any upgraders. I'd actually pulled 3 silvers out of the one box that I just opened up. So I've got 3 silvers here from a 64, a 66, and a 67, just from one box. So putting this video together, I'm going to open 2 more boxes up tomorrow, hopefully to stack that onto the rest of the video. And then I'll be working on the dollar coins that I mentioned to you guys earlier. So anyhow, I hope you guys like this video. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe, and we will see you on the next video.